This is such a special place. You drive through the streets of Green Bay, no tall buildings, quaint houses, and then boom, right there in the middle of the neighborhood is iconic Lambeau Field. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Green Bay Packers. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. The drive starts with a run by White. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. This defense for the Packers, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
Smith's throw taken in by Evans here. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A big pickup there, 18 yards and a Buccaneer first. Now Smith. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave them with a third and about 3 to go.
And that run was memorable for only one reason. There's absolutely no place to run with the football. No gaps, no creases, no gain.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Now Smith. He's got his man. It's White. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Rashad White, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bucs have taken the early lead on the road here at Lambeau. Jason Myers now for the extra point. And that one gives the Bucs a 7-0 lead. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. The Packers at 8-2 on the year, and they come in as a team that looks like a well-oiled machine getting ready for the postseason. Winners at 8 of their last 10.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And they'll hold him to 3 there as he takes this up to the 47.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And let's see, the Bucs with 6 DB, so a dime set here on 3rd down. Here's Rodgers to throw. And able to find Allen Lazard. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 29-yard line. Throwing now is Rodgers. Throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Back to the ground game here. Gore. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gore. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
Well, at that rate, picking up 3 yards a carry, you and I both know that doesn't cut it in this league and trying to get 1st downs unless you're playing 4-down football. Then that's a whole different situation, but I don't think that's what they're trying to do here. 3rd and 4, though, is still manageable.
Throwing is Rodgers. And it's a Packers touchdown. Romeo Doubs from 4 yards out. And the Packers are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. But down here, I thought they were going to hand that off. Instead, a well-designed play and the pitch and catch for the touchdown.
And I wonder who came up with it. Was it a call from the bench? Did the quarterback have a good idea and suggest it? In any event, clearly an effective play call. They saw something they liked in coverage, and they targeted it for the short yardage throw.
And the perfect way to cap their opening drive. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Smith. To Evans on the slant. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. They'll fake it. Now Smith. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. These two teams all tied after 1. Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Now we give up the middle to Williams. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. This is caught by Evans. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 36. Nice third down conversion and even 20 yards.
Oh, that was a pretty route right there because it's all about finding a window on a route like that. He lined up on his left, ran the deep in route over the middle, and the ball was right where it needed to be. Really good trust between quarterback and receiver. Really good completion.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And some room to work. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. He got 29 yards that time. An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw it for a loss.
Second down and goal. Smith. This is caught. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal.
He kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Fournette. And Fournette trying to power his way forward, but I don't think he got there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Out is Myers for the Seahawk field goal. This a chip shot, a 20-yarder. Myers' kick is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
Back to the air on second down. It's Rodgers. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked up by Levante David. And the Bucs are going to take possession of the football. Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
On 2nd and 9, Smith dancing to his left. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
2 minutes remaining in the first half, 10-7, our score. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Geno now to throw. Escaping the pressure right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was actually throwing game 101 right there. You challenge double coverage like that, you're liable to get burned. Fortunate that was just incomplete.
Let's go. On 4th down, Smith. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bucs try it on 4th down, but come up empty. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll go out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short. To throw, it's Rodgers. He'll find Lazard here over the middle. He's got room past the 30. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Rodgers now on 1st down. Looking downfield for Jones. And that's caught inside the 35. And they'll work this down inside the 30. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Got a man, that's Lazard. Touchdown! Alan Lazard, 29 yards. And the Packers will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Throwing on 2nd and long. Smith. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Off of play action, here's Smith. And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. Rasul Douglas picks it. And the Packers are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
To throw again on second down. Rodgers buying time to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Able to find Lazard. He's got room at the 30. Down to the 10. And it's a Packers touchdown. Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes. And the Packers will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes it a 21-10 game. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. From the 6. And nowhere to go. He only makes it to the 5.
Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way.
And he goes down, and it's in the end zone. Smith goes down in that end zone. That is a safety.
I have to think the sooner halftime can get here for them, the better, because that first half has been rough. And that safety, it only adds to their issues. The other sideline, though, I think they're fine if we just skip the break and keep playing.
So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the 3rd quarter. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now Rodgers. Got a man, it's Tunyon. And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Rodgers going to throw. Being chased out left. They'll go right back to Tunyon. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. To throw is Rodgers. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Here's Rodgers. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because in the back of the end zone, never let a guy catch one in front of you.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Now Gino on first down. Airing this one out for Evans. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is a team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. On play action, Rodgers. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And the Buccaneers are going to take possession of the football. Well, I don't want to take too much away from his performance throwing the football. He's got the 4 touchdown passes, but this now a second interception of the ball game.
And, partner, part of what's gotten him to 4 touchdowns is a certain fearlessness. But that fearlessness borders with recklessness, and the latter just occurred.
It's a gain of 16, first down Tampa Bay.
But give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Quay Walker came through to make the sack.
He only gave them an instant to react. It was a classic case of if you blink, you missed him. Off the line and to the quarterback in just a couple of seconds. Running back only had a moment to react and attempt to throw a block.
Off the draw, here's Williams. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have to contend with a 3rd and 13.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Perfect example of the kind of attitude you have to play defensive back in the NFL. You want to be the only defender around, and you want them to challenge you. And on that play, he came through.
Myers' kick is good, and that'll get the deficit back to 16. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach. And he coughed it up, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Well, you had an offense working with a comfortable 2-score lead here in the 3rd quarter and certainly doesn't feel as comfortable now following the turnover.
Yeah, you're right about that because now the nerves start to come into play a little bit. You're a little bit jangled. You don't want to give your opponents any avenues to get back into the game. What you'd rather do, put up signs that say, roads closed.
And now a throw on 1st down. Now the red flag out on the field. We'll have a challenge forthcoming.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't 3rd down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the 1st down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
Sutton brings it in over the middle. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Oh, they go with a tight end carry. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Desperation time for Smith on 4th down. Godwin's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Bucs' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. So this back now to a 10-point spread, and you have to imagine they'll line up and go for 2.
Oh, no question about it. If they can get this to an 8-point game, they can make things awfully interesting here in these last few minutes.
Gino's going to throw. And they're going to get the 2. It's caught. So they get the conversion, and now we're back to a 1-score game. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Now, Charles, of course, you got to remember, last possession they fumbled. It led to a touchdown. 1-score game here. Got to be careful.
And this is where coaching and training really comes into play, doesn't it? What does everyone say after an error? Next play, move on, next drive. That mantra has to come to the front. They've got to take care of business right here and act like the last series just didn't happen.
Rodgers now on 1st down. And his throw here's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll try it up the gut with Gore. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Packers are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed the quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
He's got to figure something out because the current formula's not working. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Rodgers. This is caught. It's Christian Watson. And out across midfield down to the 45. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. The give left for Gore. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 51 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ballgame.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation when they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
On 2nd down, another run for Dillon. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 13 yards, 1st down Packers. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Up the middle they go with Gore. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, it's been a tough go for them. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
And Gay knocks this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing now is Geno. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now Geno. He's going to let it fly. And unable to connect, incomplete. Well, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
On 4th down, Smith. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this will be gathered up in the end zone, and that's a defensive touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. That's what they've done all game long.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. From the 6. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one. They'll probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. Devontae Wyatt there for the stop. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. On the counter, here's Williams. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. They'll try the air now with Smith. This is caught by Evans. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Okay, ready?
From the 50, it's Smith. And this is what here? Incomplete, they say. It looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down in bounds. They go back to the ground with Williams. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. But what a performance. All those points put on the board. And, Charles, it wasn't just by the offense.